श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम। First of all, I offer my respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace Guru Pada Padma, Nityalaya Pavitram Vishnu Pada Stotra Vishnu Maharaj, and all our instructed Gurus, Paramparaacharyas. By their mercy, we will enter this most secret spiritual bhakti path, and I respect and love to all devotees and friends who are joining with us. This is very benefit for us, very good for us to have this Bhagavata Katha to hear and to chant. Today, our spiritual master, Siksha Guru, Nityalila Pravishta, Om Vishnupada Stotra Tatasya Sri Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhara Deva Goswami Maharaj. This appearance today, we know he was very learned and how he has given so much in his Harikatha with his realization and from the scriptures. He has composed this Bhakti Siddhanta Surya Thakur Prabhupada's Astaka. Prabhupada Astaka, very learned and very meaningful and with ecstasy. And we offer our respectful obeisances to the divine grace and beg his mercy. All our Guru Vargas, they offer their whole life with strict brahmachari, and every day practice Harinam and preaching, and up to end, their last breath, they never stop their practice and preach. So we are fortunate to surrender to them and to learn from them. This is our good fortune. So we receive such pure Uttama Bhagavatas. So we can spend our life by their example, by their teachings. This is always give our hearts to free from all these anarthas. We started to discuss just like introduction. Yesterday we discussed this Bhagavata Dharma, Vaishnava Dharma, or Bhakti Dharma, or Sanatana Dharma, Atma Dharma, Jaiva Dharma, Jiva Dharma. There are different names there in the scriptures. Bhakti Vinod Thakur has given name Jaiva Dharma. He has written one nice scripture. So basically, all our Goswamis also, they have discussed this Vaishnava Dharma, 3 types of Vaishnava, Uttama, Madhyama, and Kanishta. So we discussed yesterday 2 verses from Bhagavatam. Now we will go to discuss 11th canto, 2nd chapter, and 34th verse. Yesterday we little touched this, and now we will go to more discuss. जे वै भगवता प्रोक्ता उपायः आत्मलब्धये अंजः पुंसामविदुषां विद्धि भागवतान् हितान्। ज्ञानास्थाय नरो राजन् न प्रमाद्येत कहिर्चित् धावन् निमील्य वा नेत्रे न स्खलेत न पतेदिह। In this verse, the great sage Kavi, he explained, Ye vai Bhagavata Prokta, what is spoken by the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord, what he spoke, Upayaha Apnalabdhe, the path, the process to free our soul from this Maya. This Maya, the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord, how she covered our consciousness, this Sattva and Rajo and Tamo, goodness, passionate and ignorance, the three moods of nature, and how we forget our own self, this our soul, and we merged with this body and our mind and this material energy. We always think different. So how we will again revive our consciousness, return to our own house, own our home there, place there, the spiritual planet, Vaikuntha and Goloka Vrindavan, where we came here from Supreme Lord, to be separated by attracted his Maya. So the Supreme Lord, he has spoken this Upaya, the process, how to free from this. Anjaha Pungsam Avidusam Viti Bhagavatan Hita. Without any such austerity or such pain, happily, without any difficulties, how one can free from this material energy. Anjaha Pungsam Avidusam. This is the mercy of the Supreme Lord. He spoke this dharma, this process told Bhagavata dharma, because the Bhagavan, he spoke this. So this is Bhagavata dharma. And Bhakti dharma and Vaishnava dharma, with different names there. There are many such scriptures explained about dharma. In this world, there are many religions there, but all their scriptures written by others, by preceptors, by name others they have written. But here, the Supreme Lord himself, he spoke this. Therefore, importance is there. No any human, any sage, or any demigods, or any others, they have not spoken this process. So this is the importance of this Bhakti Dharma and Bhagavata Dharma, and its name has come to Bhagavata Dharma because Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, he spoke this. Therefore, it becomes Bhagavata Dharma. The name. Jnanasthaya naro rajan na pramadita kahirichit. O king, the sage and Kavi, he explained to the King Nimi, O King, by shelter to whom the Supreme Lord, any person, no pramadyata kahirichi, he never have any difficulties. Maybe knowingly or unknowingly, if he practices this process, he never lose or never fell down. No patet, no sphalet. He never fell down or never sleep. Go out from this, never lose this. This is another one very important point. This any path, any karma, what maybe we do, if there is some obstacles there, and maybe somebody not practice and maybe lose his practice by bad association, by maybe with weakness, but other process like jnana, karma and yoga, other process, they will lose. But in this bhakti yoga, this Bhagavata dharma, he will never lose, held down. But we see sometimes devotees who are not capable to practice, control their senses, control their lust and anger, greediness, malice, enviousness, and there is some weakness there. If they are practicing, but sometimes also they lose this practice. So to discuss these points, what result come to the devotee who is practicing, but here there are many instances there Krishna will take care of them. Once who surrender to Krishna, to Sadguru, if your Guru, Krishna accept him, he control him, and he never allow him to go out. If somebody not practice proper way, by Veda association or by any weakness, if he fell down with sense gratification, but there the meaning is he never lose the bhakti. Maybe in this life or next life, he will again continue and he will suffer. He will repent. Oh, by my bad karma, I fell down. Maybe I am suffering now because in this world there is no other solution to free from this material clothes. Death is there, disease is there, and old age is there. Many kinds of suffering, always three types of measures always there. So when you will suffer, again come to chant the divine name, the bhakti, and come to again practice. Maybe this life if he will not come, but next life also he will come. So here, by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas and Krishna, he never lost. This is written, and Bhagavad Gita also Krishna told, Pamdeya pratijanihi name bhakta pranasya. Oh, Arjuna, you know my devotee never lose. I am promised to you, I will take, I am always getting. So therefore, in this verse, he confirmed here, who are practicing this process, he never lose his practice and he never lost. There are many instances there. Sometimes devotees, maybe they practice, but they lose after some time. But meaning is that if he will not do any offense, like great offense like a Vaishnava Aparad and such offense, then they will not lose. By any other weakness, if somebody will do sinful activities, then after Krishna will take care of them, and Guru Vaishnava also they merciful. After many, many births, who surrendered to Krishna, Krishna, the Supreme Lord, he also take them. If some Vaishnava, also devotee, maybe become proud, become arrogant, and does not follow the principles to advance in bhakti. So sometimes Krishna also little test to them, to teach them. They also sometimes he play with the devotees to show his power of Maya. Then the devotees will sometimes they understand, they again surrender. There are many instances there. Regarding this topic, we discuss in Vishnu Puran one story there. Once Narada, he was performing tapasya, and he has done severe tapasya, so austerity. He did not eat, did not take any other activities. By only taking air, he stopped his other senses and practiced tapasya. So after his tapasya, demigods, they also fear. Indra also fear. So Indra sent to Cupid and all themselves like Menaka, Ramba, Urvashi, Tilottama, all these themselves. They sent, Indra sent them to break Narada's austerity. So they came, when they came, where Narada was performing tapasya under a banyan tree, there they created all atmosphere change in spring season and nice air, aroma there. They started to singing, dancing, and surrounding him to attract his mind, to stop his, break his tapasya meditation. But after they performed their all arts to attract to Narada, but they could not able to break Narada's tapasya. Then they fear, because if he will be angry and he may be cursed, so they will suffer. Therefore, they came and they surrendered to him and they glorified to him. Oh, you became nirvikar, you are beyond this material body, and you became Brahma, and you have no any such uh, sensual activities. So they pray to him, and others they beg his mercy. Narada then understood. He told, okay, I think they pray to me. Now I become free from all this material energy. And he became a little proud. He was thinking, oh, Lord Brahma also fell down. Sometimes Lord Shiva also fell down. And other demigods, they many say they fell down. But I could not fall down by this, the cube and themselves. Then after that, he become proud and arrogant. Immediate he thought, oh, I became free from all this material, all activities. Then he went to Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. He went to Lord Brahma, his father, and he told to him, oh, my father, I free from all this lust, and no, my mind is never disturbed. Cupid, he is defeated, and they surrendered to me, they glorified to me. So Brahma told, yes, okay, you are fortunate, you have such mercy, so you free from this. Then after he became more little intoxicated by this proud, he went to Lord Shiva, and Mahadeva was sitting in Mahadeva's sides. Narada today is little different. Then what happened? He asked to Narada. Narada told, oh, I became Supreme Brahma. I have no any material, any emotion, no any attraction. I free from everyone. Cupid and all this themselves from the heaven they came, they surrendered to me, they glorify to me, and they beg mercy from me. So then Madhav Narada became little proud. Then Narada told, okay, you told me, but you don't go to Vaikuntha and don't tell this. Then Narada told, why? Then he told, then Mahadeva little laugh. And then he told, you don't go there and you don't tell this. But Narada did not understand this. Then he went to Vaikuntha and met with Narayana there, Lakshmi Narayana there, and Lakshmi was servicing, Narayana was there. He is devotee of Narayana, so he started to singing and he went there. He's looking different now. When he went near to Narayana, he told, oh my God, my Lord, I become free from all these material desires and material influence. I became Brahma now. I have no any vikar. I have no any motion. So the Cupid came and surrendered to me and he glorified me. Then Narayana little laughed, and Lakshmi also he understood how Narada became not a pure devotee, how he can become so proud. Then, okay, Mahadev, the Lord Narayana told, okay, you are our devotee. So if you became Brahma, then this is good, very, very good fortune and good for everyone. Then after Narada, he was leaving, he went there. Then the Supreme Lord, Narayan, he thought, oh, Narayan, how he became proud. If he pure devotee, he become proud and arrogant, then he will lose its real proper conduct. So he need to teach, to learn. Then when Narada was going, he saw one palace there, and there was a kingdom, and the king have one princess, and she was very beautiful, and they have some marriage ceremony. So Narada saw this nice music there, many there dancing, and they are attracting. So Narada think, okay, I will go to see there. Then he went there. When the king and the queen, they saw to Narada, immediately they came, they offered their dandavat, they invited him to please come our place, you are great, and if you bless us, tomorrow is my daughter's marriage ceremony, there is Swayambara, means according to the will, she can choose her husband. So I invite to demigods, many kings, many other great personalities to come and hear. So please bless us and we will be very success. When Narada entered there, they clean his feet and they offer, did arati. That time his daughter also came, princess. She also came and offered dandavat and offered arati. She told Maharaj, please bless me. I want to do your mercy. So she also attracted us. She came and how she showed her devotion. Then Narada little disturbed his mind and Narada thought, oh, maybe tomorrow I will come. I alone I am always living. This is not pleased to us. So better I can marriage. I can marriage and this is beautiful girl, very devotion, it's nice, so I can stay happily. So his mind changed. Then what happened? Narada thought, oh, there are many demigods also coming, Indra coming, Cupid coming, and many demigods, they are also coming, kings, they are coming. So I must be very beautiful, very attractive, very handsomeness. So she can offer garland to me. Then he thought, it's best I have to go my Lord, Narayan. I will go to him, to Krishna, and I will beg to him. He is the most beautiful in this world. So if he make me beautiful, then tomorrow I will get his marriage. Immediately he went to Vaikuntha again. Then he glorified to Lord Narayana. Then he told Narada what happened. You are disturbed. He told, no, I am okay, but I am your devotee. I am your pure devotee. Always I am doing service to you, but I am always living alone. So I beg to you. I never beg until now to you anything. So now I beg you, please give me your beauty so I become more attractive. I want to marry and I want to stay and together, family life, to stay alone is not happy life. Then Narada told, you are Brahma. So how you changed this? Before he came, you told, I am Brahma, you have no any material energy. So why you again to ask this? No, you know, I have this Brahma, there I have no disturb, but I want to do this. Then after Narayan was laughing, then he, okay, what you want, Narada? What is benefit for me? You know, because I am your pure devotee. So you make me my best for me. Then Narayana was laughing and Narada went next day. He was attended there in marriage ceremony. Many demigods there, many kings there. All are very great personality who are there. They sit there. And Narada also he went. He said that his body, everything is perfect, very beautiful, very attractive, but his face was like a monkey. He did not see to his face. No one can see their face. They see only other part of the body and his dress. So he was thinking, I am the most beautiful. Then what happened? When the princess, she came with the garland, when she saw to Narada, she was laughing. And who are others, they are sitting, they are also laughing. Then Narada told, oh, why they are laughing? Maybe I am so attractive. So they see to me my beauty, so they are laughing. Narada that time could not understand. Then she could not give to her garland to Narada. She was laughing and she left. Then after that, all the who are present there, she did not accept anyone. Then in the last, Lord Narayana also there, these two there. So she offered her garland to Narayan, and Narayan took him with the Garuda and came out. Narada could not understand what happened to me, why I lost. Then he could not understand. Then Mahadeva, Lord Mahadeva, he was also laughing. Then he sent it to Nandi. He told Nandi, you go and you show one mirror to him. Because he could not understand how is his face. Then Nandi came. Then after what happens to you? Because Narada is no more like dress of any sage. He changed like he looks like a king. So he told what happened. Then he gave this mirror. When Narada saw this, his face was like complete like monkey. He did not know that his face changed this. So this then Narada, when he saw this, he became angry. He told, "Oh, my Lord, I know he's a big cheater and he's a big Mayavi. I know this. Everyone say this. And I am doing service freely to him. And he made me this monkey face." He became angry and he came to Vaikuntha. Then when he came to Vaikuntha, he looked very angry, like my face came there. And when he came, Lakshmi Narayana also there, he told, "You are my Lord. I was thinking up today that you always bestow for me and for others. But really I understood now, you are a big cheater, big pretender. You did to me my face like a monkey. Why you did this? If you not agree to give your beauty, then you don't give. But why you changed my face? I cursed you. Your wife also will be cheated and so kidnapped. Then these monkeys will help you." He became angry and he cursed to Lord. Then Narayan, he was thinking, "Oh, Narada, you are Brahma. Why you have anger, you have lust, you have all kind of this negative energy, how it came to you? If it is this marriage ceremony, I want to see. Okay, you come." Then both they went there, and Narada went there. He saw nothing is there. Everything is empty. No any palace, no any king, no any festival there. Then Narada, "Oh my Lord, this is your big Maya illusion. I became proud, arrogant. I think I became Supreme Brahma. So now you taught me to free from this illusion." So Narayana told, "Because you told me what is best for me, please you do. So I don't want you to put this Maya. So I make you to free from your proud." So Narada understand. Then he prayed to the Lord. Then he became peaceful. And but Narada, he cursed to the Narayana. He accepted this in Rama's incarnation. Sita was kidnapped by Ravana, and monkeys, Hanuman, Sugriva, Angada, all monkeys, they joined with Lord Ram in his Leela. This was the one past. This incident happened. This is written in Vishnu Puran, other Purans. So here, sometimes the Supreme Lord, to teach to his devotees, he also sometimes he make some joke, some play. So he can free from his proud and arrogance and become humble. This humbleness, humility is the most important quality to advance in bhakti. That time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told, Trunadapi Sunichena Taroropi Saistuna Manina Manadena Kitanya Sadahari. This verse most practical, applicable in our life, how we become a humbler than a grass and tolerant like a tree, and we respect to others and we don't want to respect from others. This is the most very subtle and very dangerous and very difficult to free from this arrogance. Prestige. This is with prestige. Everyone affected by this prestige. Abhiman. Ahankar. So this sometimes the Supreme Lord himself, he also teaches like father and mother, they teach to children to free from some the toy, playing with the toys. So father and mother also sometimes teach them to how to become normal. Therefore, this is here in this verse, it told who are practicing this bhakti, they never lose this bhakti. If somebody do something wrong, then Krishna himself, and by Guru Vaishnava's mercy, he teaches them to free from all kind of such anarthas and arrogance. So again he becomes normal. So another point is who are teaching to others, who are practicing, also preaching to others, acharyas, they must example to others. They teach by words, also by their sadachara, by their physical activities, how they sit, how they talk, how they associate, how they. This is also important to teach to followers, to disciples, so they can practice and advance there. So this is a normal devotee. For the normal devotee and for a leader or a preacher, some differences there. To teach to others, not only by talking, this is also necessary to teach by practice. So one who is a guru, a preacher, and a example, he must follow strictly our scripture principles. So they, others, by example, they will follow and they will advance, and Krishna will become also happy. If somebody divert from the scriptures and Mahajanas, our Paramparas line, then some Krishna's Maya will come and catch and take them. So if somebody do any knowingly or unknowingly some mistake, but he never lose bhakti, always stay, maybe this life, maybe not another life or another life, they will again continue path. So in this verse he told, Jav Bhavana Nimilyavanatre no skhalet no patetiha. Means if somebody takes shelter to Krishna, and if he is running and closed his eyes, but he never lose, never fell down, because Krishna caught him, never allow him to destroy his life. This is this 35 verse we discussed today. Many, well, they have given the nice commentaries here. So this is most benefit word. And next verse, he told, Kayena vacha manasendriyeva buddhyatmana va nusrute svabhava karoti jat jat sakalang parasme narayanayeti samarpetat. In 36 verse, here one verse told, Kayena vacha manase indriyeva. Kaya means body. Body means senses. Hands, legs, and mouth, and ear, and eyes. All our senses, 5 active senses there, karmendriya and 5 jnanendriya. All these senses with mind and words, vacha, and intelligence, buddhyatmana, by our mind and intelligence, anusruta svabhava, by our nature, by our character, how we are, according to our birth. Somebody have maybe more goodness nature, more passionate nature, more ignorance nature, according to their religion and culture and society, the lifestyle. There is difference there in the nature. Some were more cold, some were more hot. So there are differences there. But what maybe one should do for Krishna? What maybe he doing business, maybe he doing a family member, householder, or a renouncer, any type, any condition he may be, he or she, they do for Krishna. Samarpayata. What maybe they do, this is Narayanayati Samarpayami. I am offered to Narayan, because he knows this is his creation, this universe is his house, this is his, we are all his family, and we live with his universal form. We take same breathing, same air, same sun, same moon, same stars, same earth. Everything is same, our big family, universal family. Krishna's family means whole universe, demigods, demons, and all animals, creatures, all are his creation. And everything is his house. So we are his family member. We are his family member. In this consciousness, this is actually real Krishna consciousness. Krishna and his energy, maybe external energy or internal energy. Internal energy, Antaranga Shakti, Radharani there, Gopis there, in Goloka Vrindavan, in Vaikuntha, Lakshmi there, in God Saga, Gadesa, Fortune, in Brahma, there is Gayatri there, and Savitri there, and Mahadeva, also Parvati there, Mahadev Sini Kailas there, and Indra, Chandra, Surya demigods there. They have also family there. Krishna expanded Prakriti and Purusha, male and female energy, and all female energy, maternal energy came from Radharani. So both these, all energy by Prakriti and Purusha, together, all creation developed there. And even plants, trees, birds, animals, bacteria, germs, and human and the demigods, all they live with the both energy, nature and angel. Purusha and Prakriti. So this developed the creation is going on. So everything belongs to him and his Prakriti. In Bhagavad Gita he told, Prakritehe kriyamanani guneha karmani sarvata ahankara vimuratma kaptam iti manyate. My nature is doing everything. And only by false ego they say, I am doing. But really, my nature, by my time, my energy, everything is going on. So when we realize this, really, what maybe we do, that is, Krishna is there because our life air, we are breathing our prana. Actually, we don't breathe. This breathing is automatic going on, and automatic this is coming heart beating going on automatic. We don't make to function our heart. And we took birth and we grow, we become youth, we become old, then death. So this dehino asmini jatha dehe kaumara jauvanang jara tatha dehantara prapti dhira tatra namuyati in Bhagavad Gita. We don't know how we took birth and how we grow, how youth energy came. We don't know this. Maybe we go to market to bring some nice dress, fashion, we make it attractive, this, that, but really we don't know how we grow up, how youth energy come, how again old age come and death come, we don't know. So behind this, most secretly, Krishna is doing with his energy. If we realize this, and what maybe we do by our body and mind and our words, that is, we offer to Krishna, oh Lord, everything is yours. When first we need to practice. But here, another point is, by Guru and Vaishnavas, we learn what is dear to Krishna. That is, which power Krishna likes, and which fruits Krishna likes, which food he likes, and which dress he likes, and all our activities, how we sit in front of Krishna, how we walk, how we sing, how we play, how we discuss about him, how we respect him, we love him and develop our bhakti. This is necessary to learn from scriptures, and great Mahajanas, great devotees, they have given their experience, they practice, so we follow with this principle. Then we gradually we develop. This is not meaning that bhakti, yesterday we discussed that everyone can practice. Everyone, because the soul is part of the Supreme Lord, so he has rights to be with him, to devote to him, to serve to him. There is no any distinction by birth, by place, by time, by religion, culture, caste, anything. This is nothing about this material, social, any system. This is free. This is the individual of soul and the super soul, the Supreme Lord. Everyone can practice it. But we should know that how, what Krishna likes this. This is, we need to develop our consciousness with our body and with our mind and words. We practice this. In this way, when we practice this, kayena vacha manasindriya, by kaya means body, vacha means words, and mind and intelligence, then we offer to him, surrender to him. Our ego, now we think I am different from him, I am this body, maybe I am a man or I am a woman, I am from different country citizen, I am old, I am young, I am youth, I am rich, I am poor, I am this many designation in this world. That we think I am this. We have this identity, the material, social. We think my name is this, my gender is this, my birthplace, my family name. All these we have this. We come out from this false identity. Our real identity is we are the servants of servants. The Supreme Lord's servants. This is our real identity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, the Nahang Vipra na Chanarapati na Pivasya na Sudra Nahang Varni na Sagruhapati na Vanastu Jatirva Kintu Paramananda Purna Muttate Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalayura Das Das Dasanu Dasa. I am the servant who is the most dearmost loved of the gopis, Radharani's, the present Nana, which is full of beauty and he is the most charming and attractive, full of the prem, the love there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to worship him in Vrindavan. So we first fix our relation with him and we practice our avidya, how we develop our concept with him. But maybe we have family, we have business, we have house, we have anything we have, what we do, everything belongs to him and we do for him. He is the central point. Krishna is the central point. This is, we need to develop our consciousness, intelligence and mind. Then we practice this with our association, with our society, and we can speak, we can hear, we can practice all these other devotional parts. So in this way, when we grow up, then we develop. There is no any obstruction there. Only one problem is if we quarrel for any material prestige or money or many other position with among the devotees, among the Vaishnavas, then very difficult to develop our consciousness, our mind and intelligence will be blocked there. Because mind and intelligence, actually intelligence give us solution and science and knowledge how to develop and how to solve our material problem and how to free from our karma. When intelligence wants entangled with the devotees and with the Vaishnavas, with any quarrel, actually really no one quarrel for Krishna. Everyone quarrel for only material things, for prestige, for maybe money, for a house, or anything materially they are actually quarreling. Nobody quarreling for Krishna Bhakti. How much name you want to chant, you can chant. There is unlimited, nothing to quarrel. And how much you want to read Bhagavad, you can read it. There is unlimited, no one. There is nothing to quarrel. You can chant how many names you can hear about Bhagavatam, or you can do puja, or you do. There is nothing to quarrel. Only quarrel coming for the material energy. This Maya, maybe property, maybe this house, maybe this money, maybe followers, maybe disciples. This only quarreling for that. There we must careful. We must careful. This is once Krishna's Maya and Kali Yuga. Now Kali is searching how to catch them. So they Kali come and catch them, so they quarrel each other. Then Kali Maharaj will sit there, no problem. They are all my followers. They are quarreling and come to me and come to police, come to court, come to advocate. So I will give them, okay, no problem. You quarrel more and more. What will you get from the Harinam chanting? Just it is outside like a symbol. So this is one point to maintain, to develop our spirituality and devotion. And if we maintain this, but devotional path is, this bhakti path is very easy. Kartum susukham kartum abhyam. A very pleasure to our soul and mind and body, and we advance there. No one can stop us. If someone, maybe some Vaishnava or some Guru or someone, if you don't practice, maybe did something, no problem. Krishna is there, super soul is there, our soul is there. He always protected and he always take care of devotees. Really, Krishna is the original Guru. He is the original father. So he is the real there. When he is there and we know to him, we come to him, then no fear, no need to any disturb, no any difficulties will be there. But one point is, with whom, with the devotees we practice bhakti, we do performing sankirtan, we do a festival, we make our festive life with the devotees. When we quarrel with the devotees, then we cannot maintain this and we lose our bhakti once. So in this verse he told kaya manovakya, and bodily and mentally and orally and by intellectually, what maybe we have to serve to and offer to Krishna. And the next verse we will discuss tomorrow, and this is a nice topic about our bhakti. This verses has given in Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and the Chaitanya Charitamrita in Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also taken, and Haribhakti Vilas Pratam Goswami has taken. So this is the base of in Bhagavatam. We discuss this. I think this will help to our devotees to come out from any kind of problem with our devotion, and they will advance. Thank you for all, or you are listening, and I love and respect to all. Now 1 hour passes. So anything, if you have any doubt, you can write and you can ask. By this discussion, I will give the answer also. And by in this time of coronavirus, we will receive almost corona by the hour practicing Hari. Gaur Premanande Hari. Jai our Guru Varga. Jai An hour exactly. Okay, who are they? Jai Sadhu Maharaj ki jai ho. Jai Chaitanya Prabhu jai ho. Madhav Prabhu jai ho. Hari Bol, devotees. Jai ho. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Dhanavad, Gurudev, Hari Bol.
Yeah, I think if you have any questions, you can.
Jai, Jai Radha, without comment. Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Close.
Hare Krishna.